Welcome, everyone. It is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Tomorrow is the 4th of March, March 4th, as we march forth. So it is a gorgeous day here in Western Massachusetts. I am Robin, the co-host of the Morgellons Call of the Week. So glad to be here with you guys. Morgellons is challenging, discouraging, and overwhelming all at once usually. So, it's so nice to have a community where you can go to get help, get information, get a Morgellons buddy, because we have a Morgellons buddy coach. And, and Richard Kuhns, who has written 13 editions of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites, is here every week on this call to impart wonderful information, encouragement, compassion, and answer questions. He is a world-leading expert on Morgellons as far as I'm concerned. And it's because of Richard and his book that I have had any degree of success in getting my life back. So I'm so grateful to be able to give back to this community and be here for you guys and to be a part of the Sunday call. It's an honor and a privilege and at this time, Richard, he cares deeply and he's been in the trenches with us. It's not like book knowledge where he just comes up with theories and writes papers or does random research. He actually has experienced much of this and found solutions, and his solutions are practical and they work. If you work it, it works. So work it because you're worth it. And that it's not easy. No one said it would be easy, but it's successful. There's success down the road. And that's why we're here, to offer people hope, a plan, and success. And so at this time, I would like to welcome Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Lyme Disease, Skin Parasites, and Morgellons.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here every Sunday to share with you everything that I've discovered and others have as well. Do you hear an echo, Robin?
No, I don't.
Oh, good. So the echo is mine, and I can own it. Okay. All right. One of the reasons I'm here is to get emails like this one. Ashley writes, "I'm so thankful for your insights into these diseases. I've been made out to be a psycho-crazy Luna drug addict, pushed aside, putting nut houses, it's all in my head. I'm just getting started." You've heard that before, right? We're crazy, it's in our head, we must be drug addicts, we're psychos, it's not real. But I've got all the faith in this, and I'm so thankful that I've stumbled upon you, or that you were put across my path. I believe nothing is by chance, everything is ordained. My steps are ordered of the Lord, and I just speak blessings over you, your business, and everything you're doing. You're changing ways of life. I was at the point of suicide. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep on keeping on. How many of those do you think we encounter in a year, Robin?
Everyone we encounter is one of those.
just about everyone has gone through this hell. And it shouldn't have to be this way. You shouldn't have to stumble upon me or accidentally or be the answer to a prayer.
Right.
It's so sad. Well, the reason I'm here every Sunday is because I've been there. I considered ending my life, and if it weren't for the fact that I had maybe he was 3 or 4 years old at that time, my son, there was not much that I could look forward to. A life of this misery. Back in the 90s, there wasn't much on the internet. You get little pieces of information. Nothing that really explained, people say, oh yeah, I got cured, but you couldn't get in touch with them. You couldn't find out what the heck they really did. They said, oh, I used Bentonite Clay, or I used baking soda. You couldn't figure out how they used it. You couldn't get any answers. Well, today, there are so many answers on the internet, you don't know which ones to believe. And, you can go down the wrong rabbit hole and cost you thousands of dollars and almost lose your life. It's that bad, unfortunately. Well, we are here, Robin, me, Sharon, Chris, every Sunday to provide results. Well, we're here to provide directions that will produce results that will get your life back. And I've got to be honest. The only reason I'm really here is to get the emails from people that say thank you. Because that basically says that what I'm doing works. And I get those emails time and time again. Oh yeah, I did get one email this week. You asked, H. You send emails every damn day. I'm sick and tired of them. Well, okay. I removed them from the list. Most people say they're glad to get emails from me because it's a connection to reality. You don't get reality out there. My emails might be about apples being, a superfood, or walnuts being a superfood, or how to use Bentonite Clay, or something like that. If they're not pertinent, trash them. I'm not upset if you trash an email if the topic isn't pertinent to you. But it's highly likely that every email I send out, at least one a week is going to be pertinent to you. And you'll be glad that you read it. And the other thing, too, is many of the emails are just a slight modification of what's already in the book. And how often do you read the book? So it's a good reminder of some of the information that is also already in the book or in the blog post. This disease is not something that you go to your doctor and get a damn shot for, or a pill to take home and get rid of it. It's not. So that means the more you know, the more likely it is that you're going to be successful. We can't spoon feed you. I can write a book, I can publish articles, but it's up to you to utilize the information to get your life back. Bentonite Clay is the topic of today's call. And, years ago, I was looking at diatomaceous earth, bentonite clay, and I have to admit, I really didn't know. I thought it was a duplicity to have both. I thought they basically both did the same. And I'm often mistaken, and I was. Bentonite clay is, from what I understand, totally different applications than diatomaceous earth, which means both of them can be very, very valuable in you getting your life back, and both of them happen to be really super cheap in cost of dollars and cents. And it bears taking a look at how you can utilize diatomaceous earth and bentonite clay. Well, today we have Sherry, Coach Sherry, and one of the people that she's been coaching, Sharon, with us, who are going to share their experience and teach me how to use bentonite clay. Now, I did send out the email announcing this program with the topic of bentonite clay in it, and there is explained some of what they are going to go over and explain to us today. So, Sherry, are you with us? Hello? Sharon, are you with us? No?
Yes, sir.
Sharon, hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. How about you?
I'm good. Then I understand that you shared a lot of this information. You have experience in using bentonite clay and have shared it with Sherry, who then passed it on to me. Is that true?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay. So now I thought that, for instance, bentonite clay, you would just take it and kind of like wet it and apply it to your skin. But you go into making a mixture here. So will you explain this mixture? You're saying we have to use wooden spoons or rubber or plastic, but never use metal. Would you go into how to make this mixture, the recipe?
Well, it's basically kind of like making a mask using, a bentonite clay from a health food store or whatever that we put on our faces. And what I did was I made up a mask. And how I did that was I started, like, say, with a cup of clay and added preferably warm room temperature, like a spring water or like distilled water, and just let it sit. However,
so you put a cup of bentonite clay into something like a plastic bucket.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to explain.
Okay.
Because bentonite clay is it has the positive the negative charges and stuff, and the way it is, you are not to use metal at all to either mix it, stir it. The bowl needs to be, I chose just an old Tupperware bowl that I had. You could use like a little plastic bucket or something. And I had like a wooden spoon. And it's important to, because like I said, the charges and what the bentonite clay does once it's mixed with water, it sets off, and activates its charge.
Now you use hot water, right?
Warm water would be best. Yeah, warm to not hot, but warm to hot. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just let it sit. Like I just let it sit the bowl with the mixture in it. I let it sit in my tub, and I go about my business, and I'll do something around the house or whatever, and I may run back up there, and I'll take that wooden spoon, and I stir it. And I've learned over time that I don't have to keep going back and stirring. I could just kind of let it sit because it'll do its thing on its own. It'll get saturated. It'll start getting smooth. And your goal is to get it smooth, not, because bentonite clay is it's like it's a little rocky, kind of little coarse, and you want a smooth mask to put on your face or your body. And so I found that I can just kind of leave it. I don't have to keep going back and stirring, and it pretty much kind of does its thing. It'll form like that after, maybe a few hours. So it's kind of like a preparation. If I'm gonna take a soak that evening, I will probably get my bucket and my wooden spoon and do the little recipe by noon that day or something or whatever, to give it a chance to form into that smooth, creamy, almost chocolatey look.
Okay. Now, how much, did we talk about how much hot water or warm water you put in with a cup of bentonite clay?
You're going to easily put like 3 times the water or 4 times the water.
3 or 4 cups. Okay. 1 cup of bentonite clay, 3 or 4 cups of warm water on the hot side. And you mix it and let it sit for up to 4 hours.
Well, yeah, you just let it sit. Like, don't stress. Go check it every now and then, because it will grow. It will get more.
It will expand.
Yes, exactly. So
if you're starting with about 1 cup of bentonite clay and 4 cups of water, you want something that's going to hold maybe 6 to 8 cups at least, right? That after it expands.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah, you don't want a little bowl. Now, I personally have taken a little small plastic container with a lid on it. The lid needs to be plastic as well. No metal anywhere near it. And when I'm ready, when I make my mixture and I'm going to go soak in it, and it's nice and creamy, I take some of that out and I put it in my little container so that I have it on hand, that I can do a mask whenever I want, or put it on lesions, or put it anywhere in the body or whatever before I'm going to soak.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have like a little stash of it made creamy and ready to use. Now you can add and Sherry taught me this. I'm not super savvy on I'm learning about the essential oils, but you can put whatever, your lavender in it or peppermint in it if you want a scent. I don't. That's
that's good to know. So you can add in some essential oils of your choosing, whether it be lavender or eucalyptus or something.
Bit, yeah. If you want or have to have a scent, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't, because I just feel like, no, I want all the bentonite clay. I don't want anything else in there to disturb anything if it were to disturb.
Okay.
So I choose not to.
Now let me ask you a question. How long can you use this mixture? Can you use it? How long is it good? Do you have to mix another batch within a day, or will this last 4 days, or how long will this mixture last?
Well, if you're going to soak, you mix it that day, to have it available, because it's more, you're dealing with more. But my little stash on the side, I've had it for weeks,
Okay. So there's no real expiration date on it. It's going to last.
It seems to have been, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's look at applications. Toothpaste. So tell us, I was thinking that one could just take some of the diatomaceous earth right out of the bag and stir it into a toothpaste, but that wouldn't be good, would it?
Well, that little stash that you have on the side is where you get it from to put on your toothbrush.
Okay, but you would put it on your toothbrush. You wouldn't add it to toothpaste that you're already using. Well,
I don't. I could only say what I've tried and what I've done personally. I have taken I've sprayed my toothbrush with peroxide. I dip it in a little bit of baking soda, just a little bit of baking soda, and then I dip it in, not really dip it, I put some bentonite clay on it, and I start brushing away.
See, I'm kind of in a toothpaste war because we all grow up using Ipana, Crest, Colgate, toothpaste. They've become our staples in our homes, and most of them contain fluoride. And for years, we've been fed this information that fluoride is good for you. It's going to keep cavities from happening. Just call them caries. And now we're finding out that fluoride really is a industrial toxic waste. And back in the 40s or 50s, somebody discovered how to add it to toothpaste to, instead of pay to dispose this toxic waste, they get paid to add this toxic waste to our toothpaste. And all these years, we've been led to believe that it's good for our health. And I sent out an update just a day or so ago about that's not true. There's warnings on toothpaste that has fluoride in it that children are not to swallow it. It can affect their IQ. There are other damaging aspects and toxic aspects. Nobody is supposed to swallow this stuff. But it's still, I mean, you can't use anything like toothpaste and not get some of it into your digestive system. It's just not possible for people to do that. Sometimes you're in a position where you have to brush your teeth and you can't spit it out. You just have to swallow it because there's no place that you can actually spit it out. Anyway, fluoride is a bad actor. So I encourage everybody to find a toothpaste that has no fluoride in it. And then another ingredient I found in these commercial grade toothpaste, glycerin. Robin, you know toothpaste has glycerin in it?
I had no clue.
I didn't either. It's the first time I've read a toothpaste label in years. It's got some other chemicals in it too that I got to look up. Glycerin. It's not on the diet. And maybe that's why some people have difficulty making the diet kick in, is toothpaste. Well, you're supposed to spit it out, right? Well, you know, going from our experience with nanoglutathione is you put a dropper of it, it's a liquid, in orange oil, and you put a dropper of it under your tongue, and you let it there for 90 seconds. And you could swallow it, but to make it stage 1 compatible, I always thought you could just spit it out. But that's not true. People have reported to me that spitting it out, they still have parasitic activity. So simply spitting it out, the glycerin, may not be the answer and may interfere with people having the diet kick in. So I'm in this, get rid of the commercial toothpaste. Use baking soda by itself. Find a brand that has no chemicals in it. Buy our brand. Nature's Gift, Sweetwater, baking soda toothpaste. Why is it called Sweetwater? Because after you brush your teeth with it, you will love the taste of water. You will drink and drink and drink. You'll probably drink 12 ounces before you've had enough water. It makes it taste so good. Great way to hydrate. So anyway, let's get back to Bentonite Clay, Sharon. And using it, you're saying to use it maybe twice a week, and you take this mixture and you put a little bit of it on your toothbrush and brush your teeth with it. That's it?
Yes, sir. I use it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And as far as like the soaking goes, I had 2.5 years ago when I ventured out to do this, I was dealing with a lot of heavy metals. And I had read, I forget somewhere, that it was, dangerous to do it very often because the bentonite, it pulls so much from your system, it might make you weak and this and that. But, who's to say if that's so? So what I did was I carefully used it like every couple of weeks as far as a soak goes. And I have gravitated. It did such a miraculous job with the heavy metals that I was dealing with that I went ahead and I graduated to trying to use it every week. It's my little Sunday treat. I look forward to it. I kind of put it in my schedule. If it doesn't work out, it's going to happen Monday. I'm going to get my soap, my bentonite soap in.
Well, when you say that, you mean you put this bentonite mixture in your mouth and just let it soak, or after you brush your teeth, or how?
No. Okay, for the toothbrush, when you brush your teeth, you normally brush your teeth like we normally brush our teeth. And I just spend like a couple of minutes. I just brush them real good, real light, make sure I get it up in my palate and around my tongue, and I get it, and up under the lips, and I have a little cup of distilled water on the side of me that I rinse with. And then, I just rinse real good. And I finish it off with taking a swig of colloidal silver, and I just just rinse and move it around my mouth, the colloidal silver, and I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so you brush your teeth once or twice a week, is that right? Like this?
I would say 2 to 3 times a week.
2 to 3 times a week. Is there any danger if you swallow any of this mixture after you brush your teeth with it? It says food grade.
I haven't had any problems, and it is food grade. So I mean, people eat bentonite clay. People put it on their food. I was amazed when I did the research what it can do and what it's good for. I mean,
that's what I understood. So, but they wouldn't make it wet in this mixture, the fluffy mixture. They would just add the bentonite clay right out of the pack to their food.
I guess so. Now I don't know. I haven't eaten it.
Okay, so maybe somebody in the audience one week can tell us how they may consume it and how they use it that way. Because I'm not familiar with the bentonite clay at all, and I'm so grateful for you to be here to share your experience and how you use it as a toothpaste. And now we go on to face and body masks. So tell us how you use it as a face and body mask.
I did yesterday evening. The biofilm and the irritability was just getting too much. I live in down south where it's extremely humid, and that humidity definitely affects me highly. And I got to a point where it was like, okay, wait a minute. So I went and grabbed my little stash, and I just started kind of smearing it on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And behind my ears and in my ears and around my lips, and I even shoved some up my nose, and I took some of it, and I had, which they are really dissipating, which is I'm elated about, some areas on my scalp that I regularly pay attention to and try to treat. I took some of that and I put it on the scalp, and that was just last night,
Mm-hmm.
And within minutes, it was like, okay, now I ran around the house, I live alone, with all this stuff on me, but I did some little things. I started supper, whatever. I made use of the time while this stuff is on me and drying and pulling, and taking out impurities, you know, as it does. And the amazing thing about Bentonite Clay that I learned was not only does it do that, but it also gives us trace minerals that we need.
It helps feed your skin.
Right. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like a conditioner, so it does amazing things to your skin as well.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like affects our body's pH. Well, it's not kind of. It affects our body's pH, and in a positive way. And it's just been amazing. It's like a magnet for heavy metals, for impurities, you know, for bacteria, all that stuff. And at the same time, it gives us.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, okay, so this is fantastic. Now, we go on to application and use it in your bath. So I see here you use about a quart of the mixture in your bath, along with some oregano oil. Is that right?
Oregano oil is something that I started fooling with about 2.5 years ago, mixing it with carrier oils and stuff, and that I had learned through some research again. And the oregano oil is fabulous. Okay, I mean, right now I'm covered with a mixture of oregano oil and some a carrier oil, and it so you can add it if you would like, but I really find that the Bentonite Clay does the job. And then when I'm getting out of the tub and showering, all of that, you know, look off of me and my face, I use a lot of times the oregano oil.
Mm-hmm.
I switch up. However, I neglected to say that when I'm soaking, or at the get-go, I also put a mask on. I take that out of my little stash. I'm laying in the tub, soaking, and I put a mask on my face and in my hair and in my head. So while I'm soaking for 20, 25 minutes, I also am treating my face and my head, my hair.
Right. Okay, good. Now, this quart mixture that you use in your bath, you just put that right in with bath water. You just mix that in with the bath water, right?
Yes, sir. I have a little technique if you're interested. The bucket that it's mixed in, the plastic bucket that it's mixed in, I put that in the shower with me when I get in, and I just kind of put it off to the side so it doesn't fill up with water, or, you know, put it outside the shower where you can grab it. I rinse off and almost take like a shower before I take a soak or a shower. I get whatever I can off of me. And then I will plug my tub and start running the hot to warm water, and I'll grab that little bucket and I just stick it under the faucet, you know, that's coming out full stream.
Okay.
And I just let it overflow.
Mix. Okay, yeah, okay, you let it mix. Now, in the shower, do you use any Bentonite Clay when you shower off, before you take the soap, the bath soap?
What do you mean?
You said that you take a shower before you take the bath.
No, unless I already have like a mask on my face. But no, I just I get in the shower and try quickly rinsing what is on my body from the night before my sleeping, you know, or from my daily activities, because I'm just like that. I feel like I want to get the stuff often.
Well, yeah, the point I'm making is you take a shower before you soak in the tub.
Always.
Okay, that's the point. And in the shower, you don't necessarily use Bentonite Clay. You could use our bar soap or something else just to clean your body as you normally would before you take the soak.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. And then after you take the soak with the Bentonite Clay, and then you shower off.
I shower off. Now I'm showering also the mask off and the hair, and I'm showering off my body.
Right.
And then I will also I will soap up with whatever soap that I've chosen that day to soap off with. So I clean my body as well. I use like charcoal, I use turpentine soap, sulfur soap. I just change it up every day,
I see.
Every 2 to 3 days.
Now I see here you make a mixture of 50% water and vinegar and a teaspoon of Himalayan salt. When do you apply that? After you get out of the shower?
I haven't done that much. I've used with Sherry's direction. That's kind of new to me, Sherry. With Sherry's direction, like an apple cider vinegar, I have used that on my body once I get out.
Okay, so that was Sherry's addition to the protocol. And then you dry off with paper towels, and you can use some of our skin lotion or something on your skin, and then off to bed.
Yes, sir.
For your hair, all right, we did talk about your hair a couple of times. You mix half of bentonite mixture with Noxema. For people who are having trouble with their scalp, is that how you use it?
No, I just use the Bentonite Clay mixture.
Okay, so you don't use any other. Maybe she was using Noxema. I thought she was going to be on the call with us, but
I am on the call.
Oh, hi, Sherry.
Hi. Yeah, that was my recipe. With that Noxema mixture and the bentonite clay, I was told, I shared that recipe with a few other people I coach, and they've also added the MSM gel in there, and it seems to work really well for that. For your hair.
Okay, great. All right. Well, I guess that handles it from cleaning your teeth to using it as a body and face mask, bathing and hair, everything but the internal consumption. So if anybody in the audience has extensive experience with it for internal consumption, we're here to learn. Now,
internal.
You have, okay, tell us how you've used it.
Okay, bentonite clay is really good to add, let's see here. Okay, if you put it into your body, you take like a 1/4 teaspoon and you add it to water, and or you can add it to a smoothie. And what it does, it cleans your liver and colon, it strengthens your immunity, it balances your digestive tract, and it acts as a catalyst for transformation of food into energy. It cleans your whole entire system out. You use it like 3 times a week, and it will once you start using it, it starts working in your body immediately.
Okay, so you can use it up to 3 times a week. You could take, what was that, a 1/4 teaspoon of the bentonite clay? Did you say?
Start off with a 1/4 teaspoon. See how it affects your body. That's what you want to do. See how it's working with you. And if it's working pretty good for you for the first couple weeks with a 1/4 teaspoon, move it up to a 1/2 teaspoon.
Okay, wonderful, fantastic. Now, where can we get bentonite clay?
From your store.
And you know what?
Third grade.
You know what? There's a double bonus here, because if you phone in and you purchase more than $75 worth, you'll get a pound of bentonite clay for free. Can you beat that?
I have another addition to the bath and making your mask up. You're not supposed to use any water, any treated water with fluoride or chlorine in it. So what you need to do is probably use some spring water or distilled water when you're making your
mask.
Your mask up. Yes.
Well, that's a good point. You know, I'm. You may have heard earlier, I'm in a war against fluoride and chloride. There's a study that indicates, I published it in one of the prior blog posts, that once you allow fluoride into your body, it invites aluminum into your brain, contributing to, many experts claim, Alzheimer's is a possibility. There can be many different causes or contributions of things to Alzheimer's, that being one of them. In other blog posts, we talk about using cured meats with the, what the heck are those preservatives they used with cured meats? Nitrates. Right, nitrates. And that study knocked my shoes off, because they, as I recall, over 60% of the people who consume that stuff are at risk of Alzheimer's. So, you know, get rid of this junk. And the good thing about the King diet is that we steer away from these foods. I mean, yeah, okay, there's, I think, Dietz and Watson, you can get some of their turkey or some of their brands, but, you know, most of those deli foods where they slice them up, they've got these nitrates in it, and glycerin and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's the good thing about the King diet. And today, you know, another revelation is that the commercial toothpaste that people have been using forever and ever, that has been just, I mean, you're in a habit. You just go into the grocery store and you're going down the aisle, and your eye goes right to Colgate. It has for the last 20 years. You pick it up. You don't think about it. Poison, or whatever toothpaste you've been using. And, you know, really, do me a favor. Do us a favor. The toothpaste is also free with a $75 purchase or more. So you get your choice: bentonite clay or toothpaste. Let's get healthy. Sharon, how long have you been in the program? Can you tell us a little bit? How long have you made the diet work? Where are you progress-wise?
Yes, sir. I'm making the diet work. I've been in the program now for, oh gosh, Sherry, months before I met you. It's been a while. I have also spoken with you personally, Richard, twice, and I have been ordering from your store on and off. I would say it's been an easy over a year. My sister had ordered me your debriding lotion. Your debriding soap about a year and a half ago, and she was just trying to be helpful, and she found you on the internet, and she ordered it and had it sent to me. And I started using it, and then I started getting involved with your store and stuff and you. And like I said, I have spoken with you a couple of times on occasion, one-on-one. I've spoken with Nick as well. Mm-hmm. And my final question right now is, I am very interested in that free pound of Bentonite Clay, and how soon can I get it?
Well, you could call in Monday, and Chris will be there to take your order, and he'll ship it out Monday.
Okay, I'll have some other things to order as well. So
Sure.
Just call Chris on tomorrow. Okay?
Yes, call Chris tomorrow, and you can give him his order, and he'll take your information and send it out tomorrow. Anybody on the call, you can do one of two things. You can call Chris, and he'll take your order, or you can go to the store and order it from the store, the shop. Build your shopping cart, but don't check out. Just take a picture of it and email it to Chris. It'll be easier for him to know exactly what you want, and along with your phone number, and he'll get back to you for your credit card information unless it's already on file. Of course, Sharon, you can order yours directly through Sherry too. She can take your order.
Right, that is correct, and I'm going to talk to her, a little later about it to set that up.
How long have you been coaching with Sherry?
That's what I was trying
September.
to. Since when?
September.
About September, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So what? A few months.
Maybe it was a bit more before that.
How do you feel? How do you feel about her coaching program?
I feel good about it.
Great.
Very, very good about it. Positive. Encouraged. She's there when I need her, and she's there. Actually all the time. I've spoken with her just on some personal levels too. So Sherry has been an extreme asset to me with this dilemma. And I'm very grateful that she's there.
And that makes her an extreme asset to me as well. So I thank you very much, Sharon, for sharing your information today. Thank you, Sherry, for being part of our program. It's just wonderful. I'm honored to have you be part of our program. And if anybody has any questions about this, we're going to conclude this portion of the program. You can text Chris or email him with any of your question, and we can handle that in the Q&A section. Thank you so much.
Welcome, everyone. It is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. I am Robin, the co-host of the Morgellons Call of the Week. We have had a really informative session about Bentonite Clay and all of the things you can use it for. It's pretty amazing stuff. And now we're entering our Q&A period of the call.
Thank you, Robin. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites, welcoming you to our Q&A portion of the call. The FDA requires me to inform everybody that before you start that diet or accept any of our recommendations, that you are to thoroughly discuss them with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA requires me to inform you that we are not doctors, therefore we do not diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate, or prevent any disease. We can educate you. We can educate you how to use the King Diet. We can educate you how to clean your skin, how to clean your environment, and how to build health and immune functioning. So, our first portion of the program was about Bentonite Clay. And I was going to ask Robin about how if she used it. So, Robin, you want to tell us how you use it?
Yeah, I use it as a full body mask. I make it much thicker. I use it in a little plastic bowl. I don't measure anything. So I maybe fill the bowl a quarter of the way, and then I just sprinkle water till it's a nice paste. And then I rub it all over my body, just like I would do with a face mask, except it's a full body mask. It hardens, and you can literally feel it like pulling things out of your skin. And then I rinse it off, and it's really awesome. But I didn't know about drinking it. That's incredible. Or
using it with your food.
Right. Those
Yeah.
are really good suggestions. But I love it. I have been using it on and off for a number of years. So.
Great. Wonderful.
Your skin nice and soft too. I mean, even if you didn't have Morgellons, it's a great. Bentonite Clay is great.
Yeah, thank you. I believe Lynn during the break shared that she uses it with apple cider vinegar instead of water. Lynn, are you there?
That was Sharon.
Oh, Sharon. Okay.
Lynn and I, we talk every night, every day for lots of hours, so we may sound alike. I guess I use it with apple cider vinegar. The only part that I would not recommend, if you had a sore or something that it could make it burn or irritate it, if you use apple cider vinegar, but it does wonders. It works amazing, and I use it just as a mask on my face.
Great. Okay, wonderful. Okay.
And I also use it with my teeth as well.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I mix it with baking soda.
Oh, you mix it with baking soda. Okay, interesting. So you get creative. So you start with the basic and get creative. All right, Chris, who do we have for Q&A?
Terry 2989.
Terry. Hello, Terry.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I made it, finally.
Wonderful.
So my question, just a little backstory. I've had Morgellons since 2009. It was mild. Jump ahead to this a year ago, actually, in March, I had surgery. And unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that I shouldn't take gabapentin for my pain. And it just exploded my Morgellons symptoms.
Wow.
Horrific. Just absolutely horrific. I have symptoms now that I never had, you know. So in your emails I get, and, you know, I keep hearing about the lufenuron and the nitin pyram. And so at the end of December, maybe it was January, I'm sorry. So at the end of this January, I started taking lufenuron and nitin pyram. But my question is, do you have any suggestions as to why I would still feel crawling all over me, even with the nitin pyram?
Well, that temporam is basically only for mites, and mites are a cofactor and may not be there are other organisms that may be present as well. Have you made the diet work, Terry?
You know, I can't get the diet to work, and it's crazy because I have been carb free since 2009. I haven't eaten bread, I haven't eaten sugar, I've been really, it actually prompted me to start studying nutrition. So I got a good thing out of Morgellons. I've learned a lot, but I cannot get the diet to work for me, and I don't know. I also, with this explosion of new symptoms, I noticed that I have the little red strawberry marks on my skin that I never had before, which I also read in your book could possibly be the babesia, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it just doesn't work for that. I don't know.
Now, what seems to be the problem of making the diet work?
I'm not sure. I have eggs for breakfast with plain rice cakes. For lunch I'll do chicken and some kind of vegetable, whether it's spinach, broccoli. And that's pretty much all. I stick to my protein and my vegetables, and I've done it for years, and I don't know.
Can I say something? Can I interrupt? So first of all, even though rice cakes may seem like there's nothing in them. Like I couldn't eat rice cakes on stage 1 or stage 2 of the diet. You have to experiment with the food. Some people are more sensitive to rice flour. And if you're taking any kind of supplements, 90% of them are not on the diet.
And if you're using toothpaste, a commercial toothpaste, it might have the glycerin in it.
If you're,
there are so many possibilities.
if you're not reading labels, there's so many hidden things, even just in meat and protein stuff. It's so easy to make mistakes on the diet. So, you know, if you contact one of our free coaches, I know, like for me as a coach, I have made the diet work for many people who had given up.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Can you just, I didn't get your name. Can you please tell me your name?
Robin.
Oh, thank you, Robin. Okay.
Yeah, so you know, the diet will work, but it takes trial and error, and there's little tricks that you can do to speed it up, but nothing happens without taking time and effort. But you can make the diet work.
It can be rather tedious. You know, I think 2 weeks ago we had someone on that had trouble making the diet work, and I worked with her on this call for like about 25-30 minutes before we finally uncovered the possibility of what it was. I forget what it was. That was the problem. So it's worth it. It's also worth keeping a diary, writing down everything you eat, all the vitamins. Are you taking any supplements?
I take garlic. I just ran out of your the Morgellons cocktail. I just ran out of it, which I absolutely love. I take saw palmetto. I take boron. And
well,
I take...
okay. Now, all those things are fine. The question is, where do you get them, and what are the ingredients in them?
So the boron, it's called Vibrant Health.
You still read labels.
Now you have to get the label, and you have to read the actual ingredients, not the nutritional facts, but the actual ingredients, and see if there's anything in those ingredients, like like a glycerin and toothpaste. I can't believe it.
And in the book, in the diet, I don't know, there's a page that tells all these weird ingredients that aren't on the diet.
Yeah.
Soy. Soy shows up 35 different ways. Lecithin being one of the more popular ones. Citric acid. Anything that has citric acid, unless it specifies the source, citric acid can come from a multitude of sources, and one of them is often soy. So it's a pig in a poke to consume anything that lists citric acid.
Well, I think maybe that was my next step. So I'm going to, get in contact with you, Robin, if that's okay.
Sure.
But like I was saying earlier, my symptoms with this gabapentin, which I just had no idea, has just wreaked havoc on my system. I never had the fibers in the past until I took gabapentin.
I think gabapentin is one of the medications that are a problem with the diet and make the diet more difficult to work. I could be wrong.
It's on your list, and I had no idea. I read it after the fact. I was like, oh my gosh, it's right there, and I had no idea. Yeah.
There are alternative medications, I believe, if you can consult with your doctor. I mean, I'm not here to prescribe, but I would look into an alternative, and I think the alternatives are also listed in the book.
Okay. Yeah, I don't take it anymore. I was so angry with
it. Oh, okay. All right.
But I will get in contact with you, Robin, if that's okay, and then we'll see what happens.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being a part of the program today. I'm honored to be of support to you and getting your life back. And when you make the diet work, I guess you haven't completed the questionnaire yet, have you?
I did a while ago, and I'm not going to lie. my anxiety levels through the roof. So I did the questionnaire and then for whatever reason never followed through. I guess maybe just feeling so doubtful, or I should say hopeless. So I had the questionnaire done. I'll do it again, but it was a while ago that I did it.
Yeah, it would be good to do it again because the recommendations have shifted. Do you have any issues with digestion?
Tons.
All right. Do you have a bloating of the abdomen area?
Sometimes, not always. It's like a combination of,
Well, you kind of have to do your own assessment. So when we have digestion is super, super important because if it's a simple digestion issue, then it's important to, you would start with enzymes. We have agro-relief enzymes, and you take them with your meal, and that helps the digestive process. So that might solve the problem. If you still have distension of the abdomen, bloating, and stuff like that, then you need to look into the possibility of dealing with leaky gut syndrome. Now, leaky gut syndrome is a disaster that has happened, and the horse is already out the gate. You can't stop it. It's already into play. And leaky gut syndrome means two things. One is any intestinal parasites that were in your abdomen have gotten a free access and ride through your bloodstream to all the joints in your body. So many people end up with joint pain. Has also got a free ride to your skin, inflammation of the skin. So that horse is already out the gate if you've had leaky gut syndrome. Candida albicans, which is a fungal issue in the gut, it's normally in balance. It's an okay fungus to be there when it's in balance, but once it gets out through and into your bloodstream, then it has a free ride into every organ in your body, where it gets converted, according to Dr. Luna, to a tetrahydra type of fungal issue that is not so easily gotten rid of. And that's where the Fineron comes in, our kinase enzymes, and our calcium Dayclex. And then the next step would be to close the gate. And we have herbal gut restore. So our herbal gut restore is a combination of herbs that do two things. One, feed the mucosa. The mucosa are where the mucosa is a lining of your intestines. And leaky gut means they've got holes in them. They got tears in them. And a big part of the gut restore formula is L-glutamine, which is a natural sugar to strengthen them. And then the other ingredients are to build good, healthy gut biome. And then you get your digestion back, you get your health back, and you get rid of any pains that you have in your joints, because the Fenben is what you would be doing to get rid of that. The nitivaram is primarily for mites. Anything that, and generally the indication of mites is you would find maybe black specks or colored specks in your bedding and clothing. Or maybe you could actually see little black specks. I know I used to see them around my eyes. I'd look at my skin, I'd see the black specks. My mites are more friendly. They didn't cause me hell. But many people's mites are not so friendly. They itch and they are living hell. And the nitivaram is the way to dealing with them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate all that. I appreciate that.
And this will all be, that's a lot of information. This recording will be up on YouTube hopefully in about a week, and you can listen to it. And if you complete the questionnaire, I'll be glad to provide all those recommendations to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, who's next, Chris?
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hello. How are you today, Richard?
Good. Are you the Ashley that I read the comment from earlier?
Yes, correct, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm happy to have you join in. And we're here to support you in turning your life around in terms of parasites and becoming healthy again.
Right. Hey, I'm in agreement with that. I can stand with that. I'm in agreement. Thank God. I just want to say I'm not trying to get off track, but I just want you to know that you are a lamp unto my feet. I'm not making you my God, but I'm telling you, I was at my end. I had tried to commit suicide, and I want you to know you give so much. Sometimes we need to be fed ourselves, and I just want you to know that through all of us and anyone that comes across your path, you're changing things, and God is right there with you. And I'm getting off that, but I appreciate all you folks. I mean, I haven't got to know you guys yet, but the things I'm hearing, I feel at home. I feel like I found home. I felt really lost for a long time, and family left, friends left, called me, made fun of me, and but now I got you guys, and I thank you, and I praise God very much.
Thank you for being here. The first step, of course, have you had an opportunity to read the book and start the diet?
I have started the book. I'm on food stamps, so I'm kind of no money now, and I didn't know about the diet, and so when I do get my on the 4th, I'm going to start then changing everything. Yes.
Okay. Here's the good news, Ashley. There are no expensive or special foods to buy. Everything that's on the diet you can get in your local grocery. So,
okay.
I mean, it's incredible. And the diet is free. The book is free. Our call here is free. We're here to support you. And I'll get back to you with some other offers that I have for you. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ashley. And I'm sure Robin will agree. We're really, really happy to be here to support you.
I have one quick thing. I've been trying to get a hold of Sharon and Robin, and I'm having difficulty. I don't know if I wrote the number wrong.
Well,
we'll text them.
Yeah, we'll go over the numbers after this session is okay. We'll go over all the numbers again. Okay, thank you. Okay,
thank
Ashley.
You,
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Who's next?
Bye-bye.
Marsha, 5829.
Hi, Marsha.
Hi, Richard and everybody. I had been recommended to read your book and get in contact with you 4.5 years ago, and this is the first call I've been on. I have been doing the King diet. I did the questionnaire 4.5 years ago, and we didn't really come up with anything, so it was real inconclusive. And I think that's one reason why I never called is I thought, well, I don't have this and I don't have that. I've got something because all your stuff helps me. And, so I just don't know what. I'm at a point where I am starting to have a little more issues. And so this call today has just been wonderful. I just want to reiterate what Ashley and some of the others have just said, that we just are so thankful. We're so thankful for all of you. We can trust you. We can trust your products. We can trust your research. And you are a godsend. So I just want to thank you. I'm going to read your book again thoroughly. I may, if it's okay, submit another questionnaire. Maybe that has changed. I don't know.
Please do. I've changed, 4.5 years ago, a long time ago. That was probably version 10 of the book.
Yeah. So for some reason, I know there's something, and I think I have a hunch that I don't think you agreed with me. So, but whatever it is, the diet helps, but I have not been able to move past about a 1.5. And I think I'm going to need to back up to just the stage 1 and just go over everything again and possibly see about getting a coach to get my whatever
Sure.
it is conquered. And
Do
then,
the diet.
maybe
I'm sorry, do the questionnaire again, and I'll send you the recommendations, and then let's have a short phone call afterwards.
Okay. Thank you. And I also want to say that the couple of recipes of Robin's that I've done have just been wonderful. so everything you people do is just so helpful.
She keeps threatening to write a recipe book, but doesn't.
I haven't yet, but I have.
She's just stuck on her dulcimer and her corny jokes. She can't get past that.
Yeah. Well, I realized I forgot to take pictures of the recipes, so now I have to go back. Like, I have 200 recipes. I have to cook everything and take the pictures.
Oh, dear.
Yes. Anna has a lot of recipes, and she sends me pictures with her recipes.
I know, smart. I never thought of that. Like, oh, my God.
So, okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome, and it's an honor to be here for you and support you in dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with. And perhaps when I look at your questionnaire again, we'll get a better fix on it. Okay. Who's next?
Connie, 8304.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, I've got a question. It's in regard to, it's kind of going a little bit off of the bentonite, the clay, and it's a little bit off of the diet for just now because I've already been working on those things. What I am concerned about is that I have a lot of problem with ears, with eyes, and now nasal congestion at night, which I've been living with now for many, many years. And I can't seem to find anything that's working for nasal congestion. Silver nitrate doesn't work. None of those things are working. And I had heard on either on your email or otherwise, yes, I believe it was your email, and also either from Lynn or from Robin, that there is a sunblock that you can use that has titanium and zinc oxide in it. And I just wondered if maybe that is something that I could try. Nothing else is working. And I like breathe at night. I'm not breathing clearly at all. You know, I'm like I have some kind of a, allergic rhinitis or something like that, but which is not what it is. It's the parasites themselves.
Robin, do you have any suggestions?
I do. I have one suggestion. This is an over-the-counter nose wash that you can buy at any pharmacy. It's called Alkalol. I think it's Alkoll. And it comes with a little thing that you put it in, and you hold one nostril, pour it in, and blow it, or you put it in, hold the nostril, and blow it out, and then you do the other side. And I think it says to mix it with water, but when I was experiencing intense congestion, I would use it 100%, like 2 or 3 times a day, and it was really effective.
Would you please spell that?
A-L-K, as in kite, O-L-O-L.
Now, there's also a device called Navage. Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I've tried all those, the nasal washes and stuff like that. I've tried all those things. I've had this since 2005, so I've been dealing with, this.
Now you're saying you think it's a parasite in your nose. Can you be?
I definitely have. There's no other way to say this except mine started with nematodes, and it is continuing with nematodes. And I've been going with the worms and nematodes forever. I have also done the broken out. I've had the strawberry marks all around my neck, my arms. I've had this really bad.
Now, have you done Senben?
I have not done Senben.
That's what you want.
I'm just now starting Lufuron. I'm just starting that.
Well, I would recommend, and again, I'm not a doctor, and according to the FDA, please understand that before you accept my recommendations, you're to discuss this with your medical doctor to make sure it doesn't interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. My recommendation would be to do Fenben and Lefiniran. They both are effective against nematodes. Now, I had mentioned earlier or talked about leaky gut syndrome. Well, you see, these organisms don't usually get into your nose. Well, they could get into your nose by...
Oh, yeah. They're in my ears and mouth.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
for those kind of organisms, Fenben is the answer along with Lefiniran. You want to use both. And when you're taking Lefiniran and Fenben, you can take them at the same time with fat. You need to take a pat of butter or something with your egg, or fry something in animal fat or whatever to take it. I've shared this personal experience before. In my left ear, for at least 20 years, every time I would lie on that side with my ear against the pillow, within a few minutes I'd feel movement in my ear. You know,
I can hear noise in my hair, in my scalp. I actually hear. I can hear it on the pillow. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, it's strange. But, you know, so it was for 20 years, and then about 2 years ago, I decided, well, no, I'll do the Fenben, and I did that, and 6 months later, it's gone. So I do not recommend ivermectin because we're talking about deworming, and ivermectin is a short treatment type of thing. I don't the number of people, okay, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I get emails. People tell me what works. Only 1 or 2 people have told me that ivermectin works. So what does that say? Don't use it for this. Use the Fenben.
Okay, now what's the difference between the Fenben and the ivermectin, actually? Because...
Well, it's a different medication, totally different medication, and it's used totally differently. Fenben is not used in a deworming dosage. One 222 milligram capsule of Fenben is the deworming dosage for a 10-pound dog. If you weigh over 100 pounds, it's not going to deworm you. We're not interested in deworming you. But if you take it as recommended over 3 to 6 months, what it does is it eliminates the ability for these organisms to feed. They can't take up nutrition. They die. That's how it works. It doesn't kill them.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, who's next, Chris? Man, we're like Superman, jumping tall buildings in a single bound.
Leslie 1188.
Leslie, how you doing, Leslie?
Hi there. Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. So I don't know if her name was Sherry or if it was Sharon. It was the woman who said she uses apple cider vinegar with the bentonite clay. So
yes, that was our Sharon, our greeter.
And is Sharon still on?
Sharon, she is, yes.
Okay, so
I am.
Okay, so Sharon, I'm going to read my notes. 3 parts of either water or apple cider vinegar to 1 part bentonite clay. My question is, now I can go to the grocery store and get a gallon of apple cider vinegar for $5 or less.
Right.
I can go to the health food store and that gallon of apple cider vinegar is $15. Does it matter using the cheap stuff?
No, it doesn't matter. It does not. I use the apple cider vinegar straight from Dollar General.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be with the mother still in it, like, because ingesting one I would do and ingesting the other I wouldn't. So that's
right. Well, Bragg's. If I was taking apple cider vinegar, I would recommend Bragg's. But since I'm not taking it because it wasn't recommended for me to take, I just use it on my skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm aware of Bragg's, and I live in Vermont. There's a lot of organic farmers around, and I can find it, at farmers markets.
Okay, so it is not required. Organic is not required. You can take the ordinary, inexpensive with bentonite clay, and that makes sense.
So that's very helpful, and thank you. And I have one other thing I wanted to say. I think she might have been the first lady to come on, the one who's had trouble making the diet work. I just want to suggest that it's possible that she may need to go grain-free, as in no rice, no
yes,
stuff.
that is, yes, that's always possible, and that's why we recommend keeping a diary. And that's a very important point that you brought up. The diet is very specific, but it is not perfect for everybody. Some people can have rice, some people can't. Some people can have spelt, some people can't. It even gets down so particular that some people can have rice, but only a certain time of day, not in the afternoon, but only in the morning, or vice versa. So it's important really to keep that diary and fine-tune it and figure out what to make it work, because it is so worth it. Thank you. That's a good point.
Grain-free. I worked with a nutritionist. So I had to go grain-free. I had been gluten-free before, and I went from gluten-free to grain-free, and now I can't go back to gluten-free because the grain-free, my body is like, I like that, and how dare you give me grain that's gluten-free grain, So I just wanted to throw that out there in case.
Sure. Thank you. Okay. Who's next?
All right. Thanks. I'm done.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Who's next, Chris?
Shannon, 7704.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I've got a question, and I feel like I'm the odd duck and everything here, but I have whatever the organism that is in my house that, I'm curious about, the Morgellon, does it like chemicals? Like, for instance, I do my own hair color. My hairdresser gives me the color, and it comes in a tube. And I know it oxidizes if you don't finish the whole tube, a little bit on the tip. But I feel like the actual Morgellon comes out of it at the very tip of it when I reuse that. I feel like chemicals, like it's attracted to it. I know.
It easily becomes contaminated. Makeup is often a big problem. You use it once and it's contaminated. Is that what you find, Robin?
Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that, but that's right.
Yeah.
It sounds great that it's like.
Now, do you have trouble in your scalp? Do you have a lot of itching and?
I have the atopic psoriasis thing going on, so it's really bad with me. And in return to this whole thing, this is kind of a strange thing. I've lost a lot of my hair, and I'm doing with my dermatologist. It's called Examir. It's a laser for my head, and it's really peculiar, and I think it is to the doctor as well. But my hair is burning, like it's.
Well, you're not going to like my recommendation. I recommend you don't color your hair at all. In fact, I recommend you shave it as possibly short as you possibly can get it shaved.
I'm pretty much there without shaving.
Yeah, so you want to be as short because you don't want to be treating a lot of hair that's probably dead and useless anywhere, that uses up the ingredients and the things that you're using. We do have a complete protocol for cleaning your hair to the ultimate degree. Some people have reported that simply putting castor oil in their hair and wetting it and going to bed, of course using a vinyl covered pillowcase, and then getting up in the morning and washing it out, it works. Others that may not be sufficient, and you may want to get a little more involved. The ultimate, again, it's in the book. All you have to do is look up scalp in the index, but it's basically to use a little bit of Claudia's Dream Cream, some of our MSM gel, some peppermint oil, some of our shampoo, mix it up in your hand, and then massage it into your scalp. Put a swimmer's cap on, put a moat around, because these organisms, depending on what they are, can migrate. So you'd want to put something like Vaseline around above your eyebrows and all around above your ears and down around your neck, so that they're not going to migrate down into your eyes or your ears. And then sleep, and then do that maybe 3 times a day during the day, and take it off in the morning, and then wash out your hair, and wash your scalp, and start it all over again. So that's the ultimate. And that could take a couple of weeks. In the extreme case, it could take a month to get it out of your scalp, but it's going to go.
Yeah,
it's going to clean out.
Castor oil has been my new thing. I'm doing that because I'm allergic to all essential oils. So I was having a lot of problems because I was using those oils and doing that. Things are getting better, and I'm doing this, like I said, this laser to my head, which is weird, but my scalp is so much better. It's just, not being able to honestly talk about this with your doctor and just kind of going along with what they say in their protocol. I just think it's kind of funny, I guess, in that way. But anyway, I'm just trying it out, I guess.
Okay.
So, that's it.
Thanks for sharing your Sunday with us. It's an honor to be here for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Who's next?
We are done, Richard.
We are done. Are you done, Robin?
Yeah.
You are done. Sharon, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Sharon,
I'm not done.
You're not done.
Of course I'm not done. I have to give you the preview. I cannot go Sunday with not letting you know that you are my heart, and I just love you.
We have a secret love affair. Okay.
Because I hear so many heartfelt loves coming to you, and normally it's just me. But I just want to let you know I just love you, and I thank you so much for helping me to get my life back. Every day I wake up, it seems like everything is just coming back to place. I keep a smile on my face. I keep motivated. And everybody on this call, you're a part of our family. We love y'all as well. We love y'all. The pieces keep coming back, and I hope you get your life back soon. I promise you, if you listen to Richard, read his book, and get some of the emails, the ones that apply to you. If you read those, read them over, study it like a book. You will get your life back. I promise you.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you. It's an honor to be here to support you and everyone, all of my coaches. And so I love you all. Keep coming back. And now we're going to close this portion of the program. We're going to give out the coaches' information, and then we're going to do stress management.
Okay. Sounds good.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. This is Richard Tunes, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Chronic Lyme, Morgellons, and other skin parasites, welcoming you to the portion about managing stress. And we talk about stress management every week. And if you don't already know that Morgellons has you stressed out, well, then I guess you're at the wrong place. But if you know that Morgellons has you stressed out, then keep tuned in. Because the more you know about managing stress, and the more that you do about managing stress, the longer and healthier you're going to live. In fact, that was a quote by Kenneth Pelletier in a book he wrote back in the 70s called Mind as Healer, Mind as Slayer, in which he says the more you know about managing stress, the longer and healthier you're going to be. And I had to think about that. What does he mean about that? The more I know about managing stress, the longer and healthier I'm going to be. And I thought, well, you don't want to step in front of a Mack truck. That's one thing. That could be a lot of stress. Okay, so it all makes sense. And Morgellons is its own form of a Mack truck. And you stepped in front of it, and you've got it. And the more you know about managing stress, the longer, the quicker and the faster you're going to get your life back. So one of the tools a fundamental tool that anyone who works with stress management will instruct you in is basic breathing. Basic breathing. Because when we get stressed out, our breath gets short, more upper chest, We raise our shoulders, tense up the clavicle, get neck ache, headaches, all kinds of things. And all we got to do is recognize that we're stressed, let the shoulders drop, and take a few deep breaths. Now, Robin's going to go through the technique that is for you to do to manage stress. So go ahead, Robin. Take us through managing stress breathing technique.
Okay, so what deep breathing does, I mean, I learned this actually not as a stress technique, but as a singer. But it's the same kind of breathing. And it instantly calms your system. It lowers your blood pressure. It brings oxygen to your brain, which is pretty important. And and it can relieve some kinds of anxiety, or it's really good, especially if you focus on, say, something that you want to happen, or affirmations while you're deep breathing. You focus your attention on something positive, it makes it even more effective. So so we're going to deep breathe. We're going to sit up straight or stand up. Our shoulders are down, our back is straight, our chin is down. When we breathe, we're going to breathe from our diaphragm, which is in our belly, so our shoulders don't go up. That just makes more tension. But our belly goes out like a tire inflating with air. We're going to hold our breath for 5 seconds. We're going to breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and then slowly hiss out like a leaky tire for 10 seconds. I use this as a singing warm-up. It's a great singing warm-up. And, I call it the leaky tire exercise. So, okay, let's do this. Take a deep breath and release, a cleansing breath. And now we're going to breathe in for 10 seconds and think of something that makes you smile. And hold that thought. And then hiss. Then know that you are going to be okay. Breathe in. And know that this isn't going to be your life forever. You're going to get well. You're going to get better. You're going to have fun days. And breathe out. Release the anxiety. Let it go. Just imagine it leaving your home. And breathe in. And while the anxiety is leaving your home, just imagine like this supernatural cyclone of air pushing out parasites. So breathe out and just imagine them dissolving into nothingness. And breathe in. Hold. Smile. It's hard to be depressed when you make yourself smile. And breathe out. And one last time, breathe in. And think of one thing that you're thankful for. One thing. Hold that thought. And feel the thankfulness. Breathe out in every cell of your body. Let your whole body be thankful for something. Just for being alive. And then take some water, Sister's Tea. It helps remove toxins from your body. Bentonite Clay. And I feel better.
Thank you. I guess you could say Sister's Tea is like the Bentonite Clay on the skin. Cleanses your inside.
It's
yeah.
amazing stuff.
Thank you so much for that. So the idea, when do they do this deep breathing? When did they do it? Take a deep breath. When do you recommend it?
Oh, all day long, all day long. But if you do it when you're driving, don't shut your eyes.
Yeah. You could do it when you're at a stoplight if you don't mind getting honked at.
Right, I've done that.
You can put a little reminder, a little post-it on your refrigerator. It says deep breath. One on the inside of your door, one on the outside of the door to your house, one on your bedroom door, one on the bathroom door, one on your telephone, one on, put little post-its everywhere, one on your rear view mirror in your automobile, reminding you to take a deep breath. And after you take one deep breath, what should you do next?
Another deep breath.
Right, take another deep breath. And why let it stop there? You got something good going here. Go for a third. And then keep coming back to our program here. We're here to support you in getting your life back. We know it's not an easy path. Even though the diet is miraculous, it's not always easy to make it work. We're here because we know once you make it work, the path becomes so much easier, so much lighter. But then we also have other factors involved, like in our question and answer, we looked at intestinal parasites getting into the rest of your body and causing nasal problems and problems in your ears and your head and stuff like that. We talk about stuff you're not going to talk about or hear about anywhere else, and it's all connected to getting your life back from Morgellons. So I love you all. Keep coming back. And as I always sing, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you until we see you next week. We love you coming back to let your life be free. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Bye. Love you all.
Bye. Have a great week.